Oh my gosh. Most of you know me, but if not, I am Cassandra D. Freeman. Not to be confused, you guys know that I always put the D in there because Cassandra Freeman is actually an actress. So if you Googled her, you would, well, if you Googled my name without the D, you get her. But Cassandra D. Freeman of Thoughtful Inspirations, your number one dream builder and never give up coach. I help you to cultivate the push, persistence, and motivation you need to bridge the gap between your doubts and dreams. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to have a great time. So, what the heck is this, right? Well, we're starting something new. We're doing Fridays with Cassandra. I'm going to talk about a few topics, share my insights, and we're just going to have some fun. So, I also, before I continue, let me introduce somebody who is so special. Oh my gosh. You guys don't typically see any of my team members, but I will tell you, they are, oh my gosh, so wonderful. So I want to introduce Miss Diane. She's over it. Whichever way you see her, she's over here. Okay, so she is Diane, and she is my success strategist. She is so wonderful, guys. When I tell you that I could not do any of this without her, I could not, and I so appreciate her. So basically anything you see on social media and all that, that's her. That's her working with me and us building a great foundation on social media for you guys. So she's wonderful. So whenever you see a post, don't hesitate to shout her out and say thanks, Diane. Okay, so that's her and we love her. So let's continue. So Fridays with Cassandra, we are probably going to start doing this every month, and it may be depending on if we have questions or people ask questions, it may be twice a month, but that's how we're going to start. And this first episode is going to be a little different because we actually have a ton of questions that you guys asked, and we want to make sure that we answer them. And we're just going to have some fun today, guys, and we're going to get to know each other. So without further ado, let's get started. Diane, what do you have for me?
Okay, so we're gonna have two parts for this Ask Me Anything. So the first part is that it's called This or That. So I'm gonna give you two options, and you're gonna pick which one you prefer, and
Okay.
without any explanation. Just pick,
Okay.
and this has to be quick. Okay, that's
Okay,
like
with
that. This
any
makes it fun.
okay,
Yeah,
you
whatever comes first in your mind.
okay. Keep
Okay,
me
are you ready?
together.
So
Don't let
we
me
just
explain.
have
Okay.
10 choices. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay, so the first one is vacation or staycation?
Vacation.
Hmm. Zombies or vampires?
Oh my gosh. Zombies. Ugh.
Okay, dogs or cats?
Cats.
Do you have cats?
I have cats. I've had cats or dogs and dogs.
Okay. Oh, wow.
So I say cats.
Next is Christmas or Valentine's Day?
Oh, I would say Christmas.
Of course, definitely Christmas. I agree with you on that one. This one is cool. Hang out with little kids or with old folks?
Oh my gosh. Mm, I'm gonna say old folks.
Old folks, yeah.
Don't tell
Got a
my
lot of wisdom and all.
yes.
I won't tell your kids.
No,
Okay.
secret.
Oh, this one is good. Writing a book or reading a
Oh
book?
my gosh, Diane. Writing a book, I guess.
Wow. Obviously. Okay. Art museum or history museum?
Art museum.
Hmm. Makes sense.
Yes.
And this is the last one. Glass half full or glass half empty?
Glass half full, definitely.
Yes. So
Yes.
that's it. We're done with the part one. How
Oh
did
my.
you find it? Like, what's the most difficult question for you?
Writing or reading a book because I love reading books and then I love writing them. But I would say the joy of writing a book continues because other people read it. So I guess
Mhm.
that's why I chose that. So it
Yeah.
was great. I enjoyed that. The question on zombies versus vampires, that was I don't like either one.
You don't like either one, but you preferred zombies.
I know. I don't know why. I had to choose one, so I'd rather the zombie, I guess, versus the vampire. Gross. Okay. I don't want to think about it.
Okay, let's not have any of those.
No. Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right, so let's move on and let's now go to the questions. So we have, I think, 10 questions, but we only have until 10:30-ish or more than that. But let's start now. And if ever we don't finish all the questions, we'll add it to the next Fridays with Cassandra.
Okay.
Okay?
That sounds
All
good.
right. So this is the first question from a mom. As a busy mom of four boys, author, speaker, and entrepreneur, how do you manage your time successfully?
Um, so I do I do a few things, and I will also say that it's been a matter of years perfecting this because seasons change, kids change, I change, the business changes. So it's been a ever evolving process. But typically what I do, and I talk about this, I'm actually going to have a live class in Never Give Up Academy in March about productivity, I believe. So make sure that if you are interested in that, go with that because I'm going to go in tons of detail and I'm going to put videos up there. You're going to watch me planning my week out, my month out, and everything. So, but typically, here's how I do it. I always reflect. I constantly reflect on my weeks, what worked, what didn't work. I'm always putting things in my planner because if I don't have it written down or in my phone, it's not going to happen. So I constantly am writing things down. I'm constantly planning things, constantly confirming things that, hey, are we still doing this? If not, I'll put something in that schedule. But I would say the biggest thing that I would suggest is that when you put something in your schedule, when you reserve a time for yourself to honor that commitment. A lot of times what we do is we schedule things and we say, I don't really feel like doing that. So I feel like sometimes it's not more so a manner of managing the tasks because we have the ability to do those things. It's more so managing yourself and making sure that you are fully respecting yourself and your time and getting things done appropriately. And there are other different productivity hacks that you can do, but I would say the biggest thing is making sure that you honor your own commitments and make sure you plan and communicate with people. Communication is one of the biggest things that I see that people fall back on. You don't confirm things. Details about events are not clear. You don't know where you're meeting, or you don't know what time, or you don't ask what time something ends. Being extremely clear about those things will give you the ability to be flexible, but it also will give you the ability to make sure that you're maximizing your time. So, and I have a number of tools that I use to make sure I'm constantly, and Diane can vouch for this, but I'm constantly trying to make sure that there are systems in place that we don't have to be a part of. We can just say, okay, let's connect this to this and this and this, and we can work our way out of a system. So there are certain tasks that you create systems for so that you don't have to be there in person. So, yeah.
Yep, that's true. I can vouch for that, especially about the systems in place. Yeah, especially for someone so busy as you. And I think I could relate with the first sentence you mentioned. You said people are changing, the kids are changing, your business is
Yes.
changing. Yeah, and I think I'd like to add. Of course, I'm not an expert as you, but what I think I'd like to add is that be kind to yourself
Yeah.
whenever you don't meet a commitment, because as you said that kids are changing, because I have a new son. He just
Yes.
turned one. Yeah, and like the first part, I was like trying to build my rhythm and like trying to go back to the flow of being a working mom.
Yeah.
But he is changing. Like the first few months he needs me to do these things, and then the next few months it's like every other month his needs are changing. I don't know how to go with the flow.
Oh
So I
yeah.
think the lesson I learned with that is to be more kinder to myself.
Yes, and that's a big one too. Be kinder to yourself and be flexible. Just because things are ever changing, like even when the boys were very young and I started the business, and now the boys are teenagers, it's still a lot going on, but you are there for them just in different capacities. And so you just kind of have to really be flexible and shift gears and understand, okay, how do I show up now? And when can I show up now? So yeah, definitely be kind to yourself. That is big because we're often really harsh with ourselves, more so than other people.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So let's go to the next question.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I've read in a book that it takes 21 days to build a habit, but I
Mm.
lose focus or motivation as early as 1 week. How can I successfully build new habits without losing focus or motivation?
Well, so how can I build new habits without losing focus? Okay, so I'm I've taught this in Never Give Up Academy about motivation. A lot of times we are super hard on ourselves when it comes to motivation because we're like, oh my gosh, I'm not motivated. How can I stay motivated? And the thing that I want you to realize is that motivation comes in waves. So you got high motivation, low, and you just ride the wave. So it's not more so about motivation as it is consistency, just being consistent with your actions, showing up when you don't feel like it. That's one of the reasons why I wrote that last book, The Little White Lie. And the little white lie is basically that we tell ourselves we don't feel like it if we don't take action. And that's what happens to so many people. And typically those habits don't stick because you run the risk of, oh, I don't feel like it. Or for instance, when my son, he used to play soccer and it would be raining, but they would still have a game and he would complain about it. And I would say, babe, you can't always do things in optimal situations. Be consistent when it's raining, when it's not raining, when it's a pretty day. Be consistent, show up for yourself regardless of whether you feel like it. And usually, so when I talk to other successful people, what they tell me is that the difference is that most of the time when unsuccessful people are unsuccessful because they don't show up. If they don't feel like it, they don't show up. Successful people show up regardless. So when it comes to your habit, I would definitely say stay consistent to show up for yourself. Put reminders in your phone, schedule it. When you schedule it, make sure you stay committed to that time, whether you feel like it or not. Take action.
Yes, I like it when you said that motivation comes in wave.
It
It's like the
does.
first time that I heard it, and that's true. That consistency is key, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. This one is interesting. Where did the idea of thoughtful inspirations come from?
Well, thoughtful inspirations came about because I wanted to use my business to, I wanted to describe the essence of who I was at heart. Because the number one thing that I'm finding people describe me as, whether it's in business or not, is thoughtful and inspiring. And I wanted, because I realized that thoughtfulness is a gift that I have this whatever gift, that God gave me with to be thoughtful. And typically I can't even put words to it. I can't really express it, but other people say it's thoughtful. So I felt like thoughtful inspirations would be my ultimate gift to the world, that I could share thoughtfully, that I could share my inspirations, that I can encourage people to never give up. And so, me just being me, like even when I talk to my childhood friends, it's so funny because a lot of times for me, it was an epiphany when I got to become an adult. But when I talk to my childhood friends, they're like, Cassandra, you have always been this way. Why is this a surprise? But it just sometimes when things come naturally to you, you don't see it all the time. It because you're just doing it by instinct. So as I got older, I'm realizing this is a gift. This is not something that everybody does. And I wanted to use that to change the world. So that's my gift to the world, thoughtful inspirations.
That's wonderful. Thoughtful inspirations. And you really are thoughtful. You
Oh,
are super
thank
thoughtful
you.
and inspiring.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, down
Okay.
to the next one.
Yeah.
Please recommend books to read during free times.
Okay. So this is a hard one because I love a lot of books. I think it's called Instinct by T.D. Jakes. That book is wonderful. If you are in business, I would say Jab Jab Punch. I believe that's what it's called. And I just read a book, Boundaries. Not the classic one, the new one. So I would say Boundaries. And then I would just say books that speak to you. So an example of books that speak to you. When um I was in the store and I was walking past the book section, as I usually do to tempt myself because I am addicted to buying books. So I was walking in the store and I saw Will, his book just called Will, and I glanced at it and it spoke to me. Not literally, but in my heart it said, "Come here, come here. I got something to tell you." And I was like, "You do? Really? I don't know." And it was like, "Trust me, I do." So I got it, and it really did have something to tell me. I'm gonna say I started reading that book, and it was so good, and I haven't finished it yet. I can barely get past the first chapter because I keep going back to read the introduction and the beginning of the first chapter because I don't know, it's just speaking to me in a way that I did not anticipate. It's just really powerful. So I would suggest that if you see a book that calls out to you, that speaks to you, that catches your eye and makes you kind of piques your curiosity a little bit, invest in it. It may not be as powerful as the Will book was to me. Some books aren't when I pick them up, but there's always something in there. So make sure that you're listening to yourself and you choose the book that speaks to you.
Yes, that's amazing. I like it. That's the books that speak to you.
Yes.
Okay, this one is a good question.
Okay.
I really want to be an author, but I'm starting to lose hope. My husband and children are trying to convince me that maybe writing is really not for me. What should I do?
Wow. There is a quote by Tony Robbins that says, if you're in your head, you're dead, which basically means if you keep thinking about something over and over again, then it's going to be really hard to take action or move forward, because that's what happens. We have those ruminating thoughts that go nowhere, that just cycle. So I would say to listen to your heart. If writing is your passion, if writing is something you know in your heart that you have something to say and you have a very strong pull towards it, I would say keep writing. And also, remember, I have studied tons of writers, I've connected with tons of writers, read books about writers' biographies, and not one writer or author has ever said, or writer and author have said that writing the process was easy. Every single one lost hope at some part of the process, but they lost hope, but they kept going. They lost hope, but they kept writing. They lost hope, but they had someone in their corner to say, "You got this. Like, this is important. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep writing." And right now, as I'm talking, the memory of what is his name? Oh my gosh, I'm losing the horror writer. I can't even remember his name right now for some reason. Stephen King. Thank you.
Mhm, mhm,
Um, when he was getting his first book published, or not published, when he was after he wrote his first book and he sent it out to publishers, he got tons and tons and tons and tons of denial letters. And his wife, I think he threw his book his manuscript in the trash. He balled up pages and he threw it in the trash. His wife unballed the pages. She got them out of the trash, unballed the pages, and reminded him to keep going. Writing is something that can be a little difficult, especially when other people don't understand it. And you may not have someone in your corner to unball your piece of paper or unball your manuscript. But the key to remember is that you are not alone. We all struggle with writing, we all struggle with losing hope. But the difference is people who keep going, you will eventually see success. And just and this is something that I tell myself too, and I want to tell you too, is that you have the idea to write this book because something is in you to help someone else. The book, the idea is not for you, it's for someone else, and they are waiting on your inspiration, they're waiting on your knowledge, they're waiting on your gift so that their life can change. So just keep the faith, keep writing, and keep going.
Yes, just keep going.
Yeah.
But I think the most difficult part for her is that because the people closest to her are actually the one trying to, like pull her
Yeah.
down. So, in this kinds of situation, what, should she do? Like if
So
her husband and children's like, so ouch.
yeah, and I get that, and it's a lot of times the biggest cheerleader you have is yourself,
Mhm.
and you have to be confident within yourself. And maybe this person has friends or someone else they can confide in that can assist them along their journey, or hey, me, dream builder. But the biggest key that I have found is knowing you and being confident in you, building yourself up, growing yourself to know no matter what anybody says, because people all along your journey, people are going to question what you do. That's the
Right.
thing. Just they're going to say, "Are you sure what do you like? What are you doing?" Just but you have to know for you, this is what I'm doing, and I'm going to see it through to the end, whether you support me or not, because I'm my biggest cheerleader. I know what I have. You have to be so sure within yourself. And even some days, if you lose that surety, take a moment, but also remind yourself of successes that you've had. That's something that I do. I use the successful journey chart. That's something that's in my shop that I use all the time because a lot of times we forget about our successes that we've had. And to remember those successes is to build back that confidence that says, I can do this. I did that. I can do
Mhm.
this. And I'm going to keep going because, like I said, it's not about me, it's about everybody else. It's about sharing that gift.
Mhm. Yeah, so this person, we're cheering for you.
Yeah.
Yes, and don't forget to check out thoughtfulinspirations.com/shop where you can find the successful journey chart.
Yes, please get that. That is my one of my favorite favorite
Mhm.
products because I use it every single day. And I think I posted a video on Instagram a few times, but it's so powerful. So, any case, what's the next question?
Okay, the next question is, what part of your daily schedule is your favorite part of the day?
I have two favorite parts, but okay. So it's really it involves my routines, my morning and evening routines, and it's because my routines incorporate the sunrise and sunset. I am a
Mm.
lover of sunrises and sunsets, and if you've ever seen me on Facebook or Instagram, you've probably seen me post some sunsets and sunrises. Um, so I post those, but the reason why is because I incorporate it into my morning and evening routines. And so for my morning routine, and I go into this in the productivity, well, in the live that I'm going to do in Never Give Up Academy in March. But in my morning routines, a lot of times I will run or reflect with the sunrise, and in the evenings I'll run with the sunset, and it just gives me this amazing inspiration. It gives me this amazing peace. It also energizes me. It just puts me in a state that helps me keep going. And that's the thing about really forming your best life. And that's what I try to teach you guys to do. Build your best life, is because it's the favorite part of my day, because I have chosen the parts of life that I cherish the most and I've incorporated into my routine, which is sunrises and sunsets. So I kind of cheated with that question, but but it's
That's
okay.
okay. Let's just say the routines or the daily schedule with the sun.
Yes,
That's the
sunrise and
so
sunset.
it's coming up or it's coming down.
Yes, either
That's
way,
the
it
favorite
works.
part. Yeah. Okay, next question. Um, who is the most influential person in your life and
Wow.
why?
And why?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Hmm. Does it have to be someone outside of myself, or can it be? Okay, I got it.
Anyone. Could be anyone.
Okay. I would say the most influential person in my life has has been my uncle JC. He's since passed, but he's still influencing my life. And why? Um, I would say because he taught me a lot of life lessons that I continue to use today. And oh my gosh, I mean, pretty much anything that you asked me, I would say he had a part in teaching me, in guiding me, from academics to business to um boys to anything. I mean, he was there from when I was little all the way till, well, till he passed when I was in college. But even now, my kids like his sayings, everything in moderation. My kids repeat that now because I repeated it to them. So, and it's just little moments of wisdom like that that I know that he has influenced me so much, because I remember everything that he said and I remember everything that he did. And also a part of Thoughtful Inspirations, he's a part of that too, because he gave me a love of learning that he really just blossomed in me. And because of that, we have Never Give Up Academy. Like, I really want to help people to get that love of learning back for life in general in themselves. So I would definitely say he's the most influential person in my life.
Yes. Thank you, Uncle JC, for influencing
Yeah.
Cassandra. So now we have thoughtful inspirations.
Yes. And books too, right? That'll go on forever. Yeah.
Okay, the last one. I think we still have more time, but it's just the last one.
Okay.
Um, can you share the most important lessons you learned from 2021?
Hmm. So I would say it would just be to be intentional. That was one of the big lessons that I learned, to be intentional. And so let me explain what I mean by being intentional. Because actually, for the I am bracelet, I was going to get one that says I am intentional. And so I've been getting little nuggets of that for quite some time about intentionality, but it's really kind of evolving with me right now. So it started, I think, when I read 50 Cent's book. I can't even remember what it's called right now, but that's also a book I recommend, the book by 50 Cent. It is so amazing. Oh my gosh. So as I read that, one of the things that stood out to me in his book was that he said there's nothing in his schedule that does not serve a purpose. So there's nothing in there that he's just doing it. He doesn't know why he's doing it. And he even broke it down even further to that with different behaviors during his day that he was extremely intentional about. And I just thought that was so powerful, that the depths that he went to be intentional. And I thought, wow, I want to strive to do that. And then I took a live master class with Oprah, actually last month. And one of the things she talked about was clarity and being intentional. So I'm kind of saying, okay, God, I hear you. I'm gonna tune up, or turn the volume up on being intentional. So I would say for me, it's just diving into being intentional, whether I'm working out, So I like to work out. And one of the things that I've really dived into with intentionality when it comes to working out is really getting specific about what I'm eating. Like, is it helping me to be more intentional with a great workout? Is it helping me to recover fully? Is it supporting my workout? I didn't usually ask those questions of myself. I kind of just did things that I thought that I was supposed to do for that. But now I'm just really getting intentional and customizing those things to really be specific and say, this is what Cassandra needs for this. So I would say intentionality and just getting extremely clear about what things need to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm realizing that we have large visions. And the problem, I mean, large visions are amazingly extraordinary, right? But the problem is when we have large visions, we don't get clear on the details. We just think, oh, this is a great, oh, I want to be, a national best-selling author. Oh my gosh. But it's like, well, wait, what are the details of all that? When are you going to write? Or how often are you going to write? Or who's the book for? What does the cover look like? Who do you want to publish it? Or I mean, like, there's so many tiny details in there and we don't think about it, which is why we get down our journey and we start getting confused because we don't have all those details. And it's like, well, I don't know. But it boils down to getting extremely clear with the details. So one of the things that I took from 2021 is that I'm going to get laser sharp clear about what I need, what I want, what things look like. And I'm also going to get even more intentional about the different things that I'm doing in my day so that I can just maximize it because I want to help as many people as I can. And yeah, so I think that's it.
Yes.
I was seeing if I had some questions that I
Okay.
could answer. Okay, I do have. So, someone sent a question. I'm not sure if we can share this, but
Okay.
it says, "I see on your site that you are a dream builder. What does that mean exactly, and what type of dreams do you build?"
Mm-hmm.
So, the answer to that is that I I don't build the dreams. For first of all, the my audience, you guys are the one who dubbed me as the dream builder. That's not something that I came up with. But I don't actually literally build the dreams. You guys build the dreams. I'm just the never give up coach on the way, helping you get there so you can achieve it and we can celebrate together. So I help you to never give up so that you can go after those things that you want to go after, so that you can see them through and we can celebrate at the end. So a dream builder is really what people call me because I help them to achieve those things. So that is that question.
Okay. Do we have more questions?
I do.
Okay.
So um, there's another question. How do you do it all? I, so I think we answered this question already. How do you do it all? But um, I guess to hone in a little bit more, I do a combination of reflecting, systems, and planning, and I do that in a lot of detail. I do a lot of reflection. I have my old calendars. I have my journals. I reflect on notes, what worked, what didn't work, and what do I need to change. I create systems. So let's see an example of a system. I guess my morning routine would be a system. So I might wake up and what would I do? I would read my Bible or do my devotional. I would freshen myself up. I would work on my business and do some writing. I would do what I call prime time. This was something that Tony Robbins does, where he primes himself for his day. And it's really a combination of like breathing and thinking about what you're grateful for and the things you want to accomplish. Oh, Diane, can you mute yourself? I think I'm hearing something in the background. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, gratitude, and then thinking about the things that you really want to accomplish and feeling them like they're already done. So it's one of those things. And then I exercise, whether I do my running for 25 minutes to watch the sunrise, or I'm doing a core workout that my trainer Denisha has given me, and then I read and have breakfast. So that is my system for doing things. And then I have a system within that, because I have my writing systems. So I'm not just, you know, trying to figure out what I'm going to write for the day, or is my computer set up, or I mean, I have systems for my writing. For my breakfast, I know exactly what I'm going to eat for breakfast. So that's not even something that I have to worry about. Just I have systems in place that work. So that's a part of how I do it all. Like I said, I'm going to be doing the productivity live class in Never Give Up Academy in March, in next month. So, and I am going to be doing a ton of videos and just walking you through those things live. So just make sure you get in on that if you want to know more about it. Um, oh, someone asked me what I was currently reading. So what I'm currently reading is I'm reading Will, of course, which is wonderful. I'm also reading this book called Marriage. And it's that's actually a book I'm reading to help someone with their dreams. And I'm reading The Body Keeps Score. I'm actually reading that with a good friend of mine, Ayana. Woo! She has an organization called Reach. She's a peer support specialist, so she's awesome. So we're reading that together. And then I'm also reading Tiny Habits. Oh, and yes, I usually read multiple books at one time. Just so you know, I'm never just reading one book. Um, I'm addicted to books, and you can ask my husband. He'll be like, "Oh yeah, she gets those books." So I'm always reading multiple books at a time. And I don't just read them, I study them. I'm highlighting, I'm writing, I'm putting post-it notes, and I have a whole system for that. Like, because I put a table of contents in there. I have different assignments. It's just amazing. And also, one of the things I wanted to share with you guys about you, because you asked me what books am I currently reading. In Never Give Up Academy, I'm going to start a book club. And so whenever we finish a book, I'm gonna do like a live workshop where I just do the way and how we can use the book to never give up. I'm super excited about that. And of course, the link to the book for those in the book club. And um, I know we've mentioned a lot of resources as I'm saying that now. So what I've decided to do is that me or Diane will post this video on the blog, and we're going to put it transcribed for you so that the questions are there and the questions are answered, as well as a resource list so that you can just click on the book and it can take you right to where you want to be. But also you can Google it as we're talking about it. So let's see. What other questions? Oh, someone said, I'm writing a book and I'm scared to put myself out there. What should I do? Um, so, and I get that because I've been there before, but you just have to do it. You have to get out of your comfort zone, because that's another thing that we talk about in Never Give Up Academy. Get out of your comfort zone and do it. I would say you can start off with what you feel comfortable with. You don't have to go live, or maybe you just want to jump right in and go live. You can also just take a picture of you writing, take a picture of your paper and post it. So I tell this to people when they're working on a marketing strategy and they're super nervous about it, is that most people are not going to see your post. Okay. That's why you post multiple times. And I'm not saying that to discourage you. I'm saying that to say that usually people engage because they're in relationship with you. So the more you post and the more you build that relationship, you're going to love commenting and connecting with your audience. So just post, keep posting, because the more you post, the more relationship you build with people who really want your book and who really need it. So keep posting, have fun with it, be yourself. And you don't even have to. I've seen authors, you don't even have to be in the picture. You can just take a picture of what you're working on, take a picture of, I don't know, the space that you work at when you're writing your book. Just be creative, have fun with it. And also, another exercise that I'll share with you is you can get a piece of paper and fold it in half. On one side, write out your fears about showing up or putting yourself out there. And then on the other side, I want you to write your new truth. So really dig deep and get to your new truth. And hopefully that will help you to get beyond your thoughts and put yourself out there. And I'll also say this, that you want to put yourself out there because you want your book to help the people that it is intended to help. When you hide your stuff, when you hide the things that you create, it can't do what it was meant to do. And you want to give people the opportunity to read what you have to say because you clearly have something to say. And if a book is in you, it's meant to help someone. So put it out there so that you can catch the attention of the people who really, really need what you have to say, because you don't know whose life you are going to change. Let's see. Oh, I also got the question, are you a life coach? So I don't really like the term life coach. I just feel like life is a coach all in itself, because life can teach you and life can teach you some really good lessons. But so I prefer what my audience calls me, dream builder or never give up coach, because my life is dedicated to helping people never give up. And that's our mission statement, to cultivate the push, persistence, and motivation you need to bridge the gap between your doubts and dreams. So, yeah, I mean, most people do consider me a life coach. I just don't call myself that. Let's see. What other question? I think I have, okay, so two more questions. The other question is, what is Never Give Up Academy? And then I always see your post on social media. Love them, by the way. My question is, what products do you offer? Okay, so I'm going to start with, which one are you typing? I just realized you're typing it. I'll go with the one you type. What products do you offer? Okay, so I always see your posts on social media. Love them, by the way. My question is, what products do you offer? Okay, so right now we offer the Dream Builder necklace, which I'm actually wearing today. It comes in more than one color, but I love this color, the silver color, or I think it's called white gold. But the Dream Builder necklace, yay for all the dream builders out there. And then there is the affirmation bracelet, the I Am affirmation bracelet. And you just go into the shop and you click on I Am bracelet, and it'll give you the option to customize it with your own word for the year, or the word that you want to focus on to remind yourself that this is what I am, this is what I stand for, and this is what I'm committed to do. So that is that. And that is, I think, everyone's new favorite, the I Am affirmation bracelet. And it's one of my favorites outside of the Successful Journey chart, just because it's like an action item. Like, it's a constant reminder that says, this is me. Yeah, this is me. Also, we have some apparel. We have the Make It Happen shirt, which everybody loves. Make It Happen. Everybody loves that program. That was a program in Never Give Up Academy. It's not available right now, but it will be this summer. And then, of course, I have my books. I have Jumpstart. I have How to Start Your Day Off, Started Off Inspired, How to Study with Kids Around, and The Little White Lie. So, also I have Never Give Up Academy, which I love, in live workshops. So the last workshop that was in the shop is the creative product workshop, I believe, or how to make a creative product profitable, something to that nature. So that workshop is there. And then Never Give Up Academy, of course. And I'm switching Never Give Up Academy. So Never Give Up Academy is going to be a live monthly coaching session this year. And this month only, it's $47, just so you guys know. But after this month, it'll go back up. So make sure you lock in that price. And right now, that's all the products we have in the shop because I've taken everything out. So I hope that brings some clarity. And then what is Never Give Up Academy? It is an online academy where I teach people never give up topics. We're going to talk about relationships this month, everything talking about friendships, relationships, how to navigate successful friendships while you build your dream, how do they support your dream, how to thrive. I mean, just we're going to be talking about it all. So dive into that. And also, I mentioned the productivity live course, which um, I want to make sure you guys know about that because one of the biggest questions I get, and you guys know because it was asked twice today, is how do you do it all? So I'm going to go all in and answer that in a live in March, my birthday month. So we are going to talk about it. So guys, make sure even if you don't, even if you just want to get in for that course, make sure you get in this month, lock in the price so that you can be there for that class because I'm going to be with you and I'm going to be going through exactly what I do and showing you how to do it. So you don't have to ask me anymore. You can just watch that, but you can always ask. So this is the first time I've ever done anything like this, guys. So I want to emphasize that it is major that I'm doing that this time. Um, and then giving you behind the scenes about how I do it all with a family of six, a business, a nonprofit, and then going after my doctorate and then a number of other things in the community. So I'm going to be diving in. Oh, and I think I already answered that question about my books. What are my books about? Okay, so I'll just real quick go that because I know we have another thing to do. What are my books about? So, Jumpstart and How to Start Your Day Off Inspired are about morning routines. And I would say Jumpstart is more of they're both kind of like devotionals, but it's also about what God says about your morning routines. So those two are about morning routines. How to study with kids around is about how to study with kids around. Um, it's I wrote that book when my kids were all under 7 years old, two babies, a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old. And I wrote my first book, How to Study with Kids Around, because I got my master's degree and I was valedictorian, and people kept saying, "How in the world are you writing a book and getting a valedictorian? How you do it? How did you do it?" So I wrote a book and I would say this book is more for younger kids, so that under 10 age group. But I do plan on writing one for the teenage and up because that's also another, season of life that needs to be dealt with. And then, of course, The Little White Lie, how the feeling of not feeling like it will prevent you from going after the life you want. That's what it's about. It's about how we let our thoughts and our feelings prevent us from taking action. So I think those are all the questions that I had.
Okay, great. So, for the final part of this Fridays with Cassandra, do you have any more that you want to share with our audience, or do we have any company announcements
Oh,
that you
yes,
like to
we
share?
do have some. So I just wanted you guys to know that February 19th is a date to keep in mind because that's when I'm going live in Never Give Up Academy and I'm going to talk about relationships. Diane, can you put the title to that workshop and stuff
Okay.
in there too? But yeah, I'm going to be going live and we're going to be talking about relationships on February 19th. You don't want to miss that event. Also, remember, Valentine's Day is coming up. So, what better gift than to remind someone to never give up and it's a heart, guys. I don't know if you guys know this, but Dream Builder and um, the Never Give Up necklace are both hearts, and they are beautiful. There's one in rose gold that is absolutely wonderful. I have the rose gold and Never Give Up. So make sure that you check that out for Valentine's Day, and also that I Am bracelet. That would be a great gift to get somebody who you know is going after their goals, who is persistent, and they just need that reminder that says maybe, they're wonderful or they are powerful. So I would encourage you to get, if you're not getting it for yourself, get it for someone else to remind them that you're in their corner and that they shouldn't ever give up on the things that they want in life or the experiences that they want in life. And let's see, what other announcements did we have? Oh, also, the latest podcast is up on the podcast and on Spotify and Apple. I think we're supposed to get it up on the blog too as well. So we'll be getting that up. So wherever you listen to your podcasts, make sure you tune into that. And we are going to be updating the blog with all these videos and resources for you so that you can come to your home for inspiration, thoughtfulinspirations.com, to experience every moment of inspiration, and you can just get the power and energy you need to never give up and go after all those things you want. Because guys, at the end of the day, why Diane is here, why I'm here, is for you, is to support you. These are not just like this necklace I'm wearing. For this is not just something that we're doing. This is to help you, because we know that you have visions. We know that you have aspirations and goals and things you want to achieve, and they look so big and so far away, and life happens and it gets crazy. But the beauty of it is, that's what Thoughtful Inspirations is for. It's to remind you that yes, life may be crazy, or COVID is happening, or I can't do this because of COVID or whatever. But you know what? I can do something today. I can choose to never give up. So what small thing can I do? I can get the energy back. I can get the fuel back to do what I need to do. I can have someone in my corner reminding me to not give up. That's what we're here for. We're here to remind you to go after your goals and dreams relentlessly. And even when you're tired, we'll be there to grab your hand and say, okay, let's get back up and let's take a rest moment. But then we're going to hop back in there and dive in, because we want you to live your best life. So we have a number of resources here, and we're going to be here on Fridays. I'm thinking twice a month we'll be here, because we seem to be, I know Diane has gotten questions and I have too. So we'll probably be here twice a month to make sure that we're meeting your dream building needs and helping you to never give up and stay inspired, and just providing you with great never give up resources that will encourage you to keep going when we're behind the scenes, but you see in our posts and they can remind you, okay, I'm not going to give up. And also, don't forget to check us out on social media, because I know that some of you may be on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram, but don't forget that we're on different social media platforms. So go on Instagram, or if you're on Instagram, go on LinkedIn and just connect with us there, because a lot of times you're going to have a different experience on each of the platforms. We make sure that we try to personalize it for each and every one of you, because we want you to have the best experience possible. So, with that being said, I don't think I have any other announcements. Yeah, stay inspired, guys.
Yeah, okay. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think so.
Right, so be sure to follow and then share this video to your friends.
Yes, please make sure you share it, and also leave comments and let us know if you have any questions. If you have any comments, we are here to serve you. So let us know. And hi, replay viewers. Okay. I think, unless you have something else, Diane, I am good.
Yeah, I'm good too.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, we will see you in the next Friday with Cassandra. And that will be in about 2 weeks, Diane. Are we good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, guys, we will see you in 2 weeks. Make sure you send your comments or questions to, I don't know if you can send them to Diane, but you can definitely post them to this video and Diane will see them, or I'll see them, and we will, get to you. Or you can just message me. Most of you guys just DM me on Instagram or LinkedIn, and some of you DM me on Facebook. So you know where to find us, guys. And we'll talk to you next 2 Fridays out.
Okay, see you.
See you guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.